Hello, this is Mo Sticky Pads coming back to you once again. I just want to give you a story time. Basically, the moral of this story is presentation is everything. So I'm going to give you two scenarios. One is a bank, and another one is a condominium, not condominium, but mansions. So if you're in residential, you go into a mansion accounts. Hopefully, if you do, it's a great experience. And number two is a bank. So a story time is for me is we already know that I'm a man of meddling, and so when I first started doing commercial, I was getting into banks. Um, anything from I had Bank of America, then we have some local Maryland banks as well. And so I always felt nervous going inside of a bank because it's a bank. I think any individual will be nervous about going into a bank because you are going inside to do pest control, which means that you are going beyond access points because it's needed. Sometimes sometimes regular service is regular service where you're checking monitors and things, but there are cases of mice, big time ants because there's shrubs around the bank building and you need to check those areas. You're also checking cafeterias. There's monitors always in cafeterias. There's traps always in cafeterias. So I say that to say that when you go there, always look presentable because it just eliminates most of the scarcity mindset or the high level security mentality that people have of you. So, of course, they will ask you for your ID, but your ID, for the most part, is the uniform. They won't really go far and beyond because they see you, number one, pulling up in a truck, if they can see you pulling up in a truck. Number two, you have your uniform. And number three, you have your bag of supplies, sometimes a sprayer. So I would go in these places, and it was just, again, because this is a world where it, crime is advanced, the best way to say it. People can disguise themselves. I've seen videos back in like 2010 where people would actually get to access points just because they had a nylon vest. So it's really getting out of hand here. We have people that are frauds to do whatever they have to do to get money. And guess where the money is? In a bank. So I remember just times where I would go into, like, let's say a Bank of America or any bank, and I go there with my chest up and with confidence and knowing who I am. So I'm saying, hello, my name is Morris Bryant from such and such. I'm here to do your pest control. They already have an account, so really, it's a piece of cake. But of course, the first time they'll ask you, especially if you've been a person quit before you, that you need to show some form of ID. But not only that form of ID, but you need to show that you work for a company. So I can't remember the card that they give you when you're hired, but it's a card that shows that you are a certified pest control technician under that company that you work for. So they'll see those two, and then um, it's everything. Other than that, another thing is make sure you check all the notes for this account because that shows you, okay, you have knowledge of this account. Oh, I know it says here XYZ in the handheld that uh, uh, monitors are here. There's two here. And another thing is barcodes are implemented now for, um, how should I say, for checking points. Like there's lazy PEX technicians and then there's not lazy technicians. Lazy technicians just do things and just put it down, but there is no verification that you went to these spots. So now they implement barcodes. So establishments may ask for their account to have barcodes to show that the technician has been there. So you can say, oh, I see here that you have this site, this location, this cafeteria has 2 monitors. This bathroom has a monitor. This bathroom has a monitor. And so you're building a rapport with these companies. You're building a rapport saying, hey, I'm a professional here. I'm here to do my job and I'm here to help you. What is it, first and foremost? What's the issues at hand? What's the I see that there's checking points here. You're more than welcome to come with me to show me the spots. And truthfully, after the first visit, it's all yours after that because it's all built off of integrity. And they also have, and the interesting thing is, there's no real cameras in the opposite side of the building. So there are cameras outside, there's cameras in the lobby, but really little to none inside the cafeteria slash storage room places. So you're really on a sure shot uh, appreciation of them even going into these areas. So I've been to many banks. Some banks that were on my route, some banks that were not on my route, and I would direct them. But it was always just nervous of going to these places because, number one, like I said, I'm a man with a melanin and the stereotype, plus high level of people just perpetrating to be something that they're not, making fake uniforms to get money. So it was always a case of being nervous. And so when I always went there to be as professional as possible and also to be confident that you brought me here. If you didn't want to bring me here, you turn me around. If you don't want me to be here, the account has to be completed. I'll call this contact person that's in my phone. Make sure you go over whatever with them to show that I am that guy or I am this company that does the service. Once that's a green light, it's all mine. So again, that was just on the business side. Then the residential side, you have mansions, man. I mean, mansions. I really just recently was driving around places that have mansions, and I was in awe. Like, wow, I can't believe this establishment. Look at this big house. But then I realized, wait a minute, I've serviced houses like this before. Why am I so in awe of a mansion? People who have homeowners of mansions have same issues as the everyday Joe for the most part. Credit issues, marriage issues, period. Whether it be a high phone bill or of their business falling through due to recession, it's anything, but they breathe the same oxygen as you do. So just keep that in mind. Um, and so I would go into these places, of course, and the accounts that I had from, let's say, Terminex, you call them in advance to let them know that you'll be there the next day. I think now they have an email system where they let the resident know that this is your time for pest control. We will be there on this date at this time, and you better be there because if there's dogs or a doggy door, your behind is in trouble. Okay, so again, you're going into these places, and I must tell you that what I can think of is at least the wife is the most generous person you would ever meet. They have warm hearts. They welcome you in with joy, and especially if you've accomplished a goal on their property, they love you because it's all about being professional. The fortune is in the follow up, and you do things with grace and confidence. So if they're filled with joy, you bring it right back with joy of service. It's just like that. So I think the nervous part that I had about that is, again, just being an African American, they probably think I'm from the hood, which I'm not. And they're thinking, oh, I might have sticky fingers or this, that, and the third. But no. So my thing was always to do the service, hurry up and go in and hurry up and get out. I want to be as fast as possible to get up out of there because they probably don't trust me. Um, and of course, there's been cases where I've been to mansions and they escort me, which is not a problem. Yeah, it's some stuff I've seen in mansions, and you'd be amazed. And in houses, I could tell you one, but I can't tell you one that's in Lutherville, and I just wish I connected with that guy. This guy was a swell. His wife was very nice. Husband was also nice as well. I've taken care of their business, taken care of their services, and just little things like that just makes me very appreciative. So anyway, that's how to overcome fear of going inside of an establishment where you just think these people are just higher and bigger than you. If there's a sound, please ignore it. I'm got little issues going on in the background, but anyway, I think the last thing I'll say is your posture, your cleanliness, and your professionalism. So whether you're in a dirty account or not, that's just building yourself as a character. You know, if you're a grown behind man or grown woman, dress up clean, nice, sharp. If you know, some of the accounts I had, if you had more than one shirt, so you could change out of that shirt. If you had a dirty account prior, because it's just about professionalism, and they know you from the first time that you're at the door. So again, thank you for letting me share. Be clean, have a clean haircut. All that stuff they say in the manual is absolutely true. They're not just putting that there just to put it there. As now as I got older, they want to see you as an individual represent yourself with cleanliness. It is not the company, it's you. Think of it like that. The company expects things, but what do you expect from you? Point blank, period. So again, I spoke about being nervous in banks. I spoke about nervousness and being in mansions and how did I overcome it. So thank you for watching. Feel free to check out the other videos I have about other things. And don't forget, this is the winter time for those that are on the northeast side. Make sure you check all your cracks, your voids, for any rodent issues. Make sure you have that steel wall intact. Make sure you put those traps in safe areas from dogs and children. Have a great day, guys.